ETF Inspector. It's Saturday, May 31st, weekend edition. This video won't be going over any yield max funds. This is going to be my trades and holdings positions in my trading account. Just an update on the moves I made and just where everything stands. Pretty exciting day. Broke 500 subscribers this morning. So really excited about that. If you didn't already see the Friday videos showing how the funds finished for the weekly paying ETFs as well as the monthly ones, both of them are up as well. So this will just be my personal stuff, and then I will also later on this weekend put out week look aheads and guesstimate combination. So this will just be on my stuff. To get started, just taking a look at the dividend portion. So I went ahead and resorted this if you watched last time. So we pushed down the funds, or these are all funds actually that I got rid of. So they're still on the chart just because they've already paid me this year. So they calculate into my total distributions, but they'll stay at the bottom. It's been resorted as far as highest allocation at the top and then moving down. So YMAX is my biggest holder. I got some goofy numbers, and for me being OCD, it is a little bit of a struggle. I like nice numbers like 100, 200, but I decided what I'm going to do when I get paid out these distributions. If I get a chance to buy more of the fund at a price below my cost basis, I'll buy more with the distribution. So that's what I did. YMAX was below my cost basis, so I picked up 3 shares. I didn't spend the full amount on each one. I just didn't want to go over. So it got me 3 shares of YMAX, 6 shares of Ulti, and 3 shares of Nefli. I'll do the same thing with AMZ and Aptly if they happen to be below their cost basis when I receive those. So overall, in my dividend portion, I've got a little over $12,000 worth of value there. Have lost $186 in capital gains on these currently. So they're pretty close to where I bought them. This month alone, I've received $406 in distributions. And so far this year, I've received $1,301. Since we last talked, we already talked about I got assigned the Misty shares that I wanted in the first place. That's why I sold the put, just because I like to get paid to buy stocks. Nefli was a new one. That was a 68.32 on the 100 shares. I don't have YMAG anymore. That's why I grayed out the rest. So this is just what I received previously. And then YMAX, since last week, I received another weekly distribution of $42.98, and Ulti, I received another weekly distribution of $38.16. So as far as they're concerned, there were 5 Fridays this month in May, so I got 5 payments totaling $153 off of Ulti and $118 off of YMAX. I think that's really all there is to talk about on that one. Obviously, upcoming months will end up doing better because I got out of USOI, which was always paying a fairly decent dividend. So I didn't get the distribution there, and that money is in now some of these others. So next month, I'll have distributions from Nefli, AMZ, and Aptly, along with Misty, right? So a whole lot more. I'm expecting to obviously have over $500 a month in distributions. So more to come on that. Next, I sold a spread last week. Actually, I sold it on the Friday, so I talked about it on my weekend video. So this is just an update on how it went. I collected $57 on a IonQ credit spread, in which let's see, where's all the details? I sold at 54 and I bought one at 59, so it was a $5 spread. Collected 57, so that's not a great risk to reward ratio, but I just liked the chances. It ran up too fast. And it worked out great because on Friday I got to close it out while IonQ was at 39.81. So I paid 1 penny per share on a contract for 100 shares. So that came out to $1 and then 3 cents commission. So out of the $57 originally collected, paid 136 in commission on the front end, 103 on the back end. Overall, using $500 worth of collateral, I made 54.61, and that comes out to a 569% annualized if I were to continue to make that trade over and over again for the entire year. So not bad. I don't do a whole lot of spreads, especially since I started out with not a lot of luck with them, but I just saw a good opportunity on that one, so I jumped on it. Next, I have a wheel strategy started on Bull. I talked about it last week, so this is just an update. All right, so when I got into it, I sold a June 6th 1150. Actually, no, I didn't talk about that last week. This was on the 27th, so this was this Tuesday. Okay, this is new. So on Webull, stock ticker Bull, on Tuesday, I sold a contract, a put, for the 1150 strike while the price was at 12.92, so it was 12% out of the money. I collected 30 cents or $30 for 100 shares, and the stock ended on Friday at 11.68. So it's still above my strike, but we still got a whole nother week to go. I don't mind getting assigned on this. So unless it ends like real close to the money, if it ends real close to the money, I'll just roll it to collect more premium. But if it ends up in the money, I'm fine with being assigned, and I'll start selling calls on it. I like it gets good premium there. So also have the wheel strategy going on Bitto. So I cover Ulti and LFGY. LFGY being a big crypto fund. I wanted to buy into LFGY, but I didn't have the $4,000 needed to get 100 shares. I like to have 100 shares. So I bought LFGY in my 401k, different account where I had more money to play with, and I decided to get into a little crypto play on this side, selling a cash secured put on Bitto. So I did one the previous Friday. It expired this past Friday. So I rolled it. It worked out perfect, right? I sold a $22 strike, and it closed on Friday at 22.01. So late in the day on this Friday, I paid 2 cents to close it and rolled it to next Friday, dropped my strike to 21, collected another 43 cents per share, so $43 minus the commission. All right, so far I've already collected $57, and we'll see where it goes from there. This is another one that I'm looking to wheel strategy on, so I don't mind if I get assigned. I'll just go back and forth, calls and puts. But if it's going to end real close to the money, I'll always close for a penny or two and just collect more premium for the next week and see if I can buy it at an even lower price. Finally, this was a sad week for me. If you watched the videos before, I knew this was coming. I was unable to continue to roll my IonQ. Why am I working in half screen here? I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. I don't know why it got so big there. What is happening? Oh, I hate computers. Okay, hopefully you can just fast forward through that part if you have to. All right, so everything's grayed out because these are all past things. So this past week, I was unable to roll. I have a 3150 calls. The stock ended at $40.34. Obviously, it had a huge last week or so. So unable to get any kind of credit rolling, unable to move it to the following week, which is what I generally try to do. So I just went ahead and let it get assigned because I was already in good shape. So I collected $31.50 per share for 200 shares. So it was 2 contracts. All right, so a total of $6,300 collected. I had a cost basis around 27, I believe, before I let that assignment happen. So all in all, it was a profit. I made $816 through this. I will probably, and my average annual return on capital through all these trades came out to be 88%. So I don't know. Obviously now 6,300 is not going to be enough to get 2 contracts going on this. I'll probably see if it settles out or drops back into the 30s again. Otherwise, I might just sell 1 put on it and have to figure out what to do with the other $2,300. But overall, successful. Okay, I have 3 poor man's covered calls. That's where you buy a leap, a deep in the money long-term call, and then so obviously real high delta, and then you sell calls off of that as opposed to actually owning the stock. I didn't make any moves this week, so this is just an update. The what are we on? APLD. I have a 650 call sold for June 20th, and the stock is currently at 683. So it's sitting a little bit above my strike price, but I've got plenty of time. We'll let time decay on that, and we will roll it. The goal on these is to not get assigned. I want to, for basically, a year and a half or so, continue to sell calls off of that leap and just see how much money I can make off of this move. So APLD was the one that didn't really fit the criteria. I picked a weird one, a very low price one, but I'm just testing this out and see if it's something I like or not. So far, I've collected $44, $11, and $88. But on one of them, the stock had jumped, so I had to roll. So paid 77 on a roll and 3. So I'm still doing good. The goal is to collect enough premium throughout the time to pay off everything that I paid for the leap. And so then when the leap ends up still being in the money at the end, I'll be able to sell that or roll it for a profit. So that's the one on APLD. I have the exact same strategy going also on Intel. So I don't need to go through all those details again. June 20th was the date I picked for all 3, just to keep all my leaps on the same schedule. Right now, that one's at $24 strike, and the stock price is only at $19.55. So that's in no danger. This one was actually starting to get pretty cheap. I think it was like 5 or 6 cents to close this week. If it gets down to 2 or 3 cents, I'll close it early and start the next month's call on that one, because that one's pretty far out of the money. And then SoFi, again, June 20th on that call. Strike price of 14 on the contract, and the current price as of close on Friday is 13.30. So that one's not in any risk really either. Again, same thing. I'll just let it time roll, and I'll just continue to benefit from time decay. If it gets down low enough, this one I'll say 4 cents. If it gets down to the where I'm keeping 90% of it, I'll pay 4 cents to close that out and roll to the next month. So looks like that is everything, right? We talked about dividends, spreads, wheel strategies, and leaps. So that's everything I have going on in my trading account. So obviously, not a ton of money that I'm playing with. Just because I have a channel talking about stocks and trading doesn't mean I'm loaded. But it's fun. I enjoy it. Like if you read my bio or whatever you call it, like I've just been interested in the stock market ever since made my first investment. So it's fun. I hope you guys like it too. And I don't know. Tell me what you think. If you think you like the stuff, strategies I'm doing, or if you have any questions about them, or if you think that's a dumb idea and I should stop it. Whatever you got. So, all right. Thank you. Go back to enjoying your weekend.